Why post the photo? If you don't want the likes, the comments, the thirst, the simps, the haters, all of the above, don't post the photo. You post that, you're looking for all.
What happens if a WNBA player puts Instagram likes ahead of layups? Consider Angel Reese, who was forced to perform the unthinkable in a recent stunt that made even her supporters cringe. Here's a crazy idea, though. While Caitlin Clark is shattering records in the gym, and Ree is busy ruining the internet, and not in a good way. What if Reese was walking the red carpet, whining about her salary, and deleting her social media accounts out of embarrassment rather of devoting as much time to her game as she does to her selfies? You did indeed read it right. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, dressed as Rocky Balboa in a basketball gear, is putting in a lot of effort at the gym to improve her abilities while still finding time for volunteer work. The career paths of these two athletes are quite different. I swear you won't believe what Sue Bird said about this catastrophe. Let's analyze it.
So much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA. And so
You know what's crazy? As one WNBA rookie is busy eliminating her rivals on the court, and another is busy pressing the delete button on her social media. Let's talk about the tale of two off-seasons.
You want to wear it, you feel great about it, you got a great body, you play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything. I mean, have you seen some of her TikTok posts? Like, she's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. You can literally see all of her business there outlined in blue wax. And I'm like, oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are. I mean, what?
First up is Angel Reese, the self-described Bayou Barbie, who seems more concerned about living up to that nickname than improving her inside game. In her most recent stunt, she wore an animal print gown in the color of mocha that had a slit so high that it probably blocked more shots than she could. But you know what? Her fans were not pleased with the small fashion display.
Wear that and also complain and post it and also complain that you don't like being sexualized. What is the take here?
You know, it's funny. I just did another show right before this one, and we talked about how this younger generation just wants to cry and be victim.
You heard correctly, yes. Reese's dreams of becoming the next big thing in the WNBA were dashed faster than her Instagram account. It seems that some people felt that her New Year's Eve outfit was a bit too hot for a professional athlete. Fans of Reese, don't worry. Because her priorities are correct, she continues to receive attention on Twitter and TikTok.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that.
The issue is that her critics are singing a different tune while Ree is busy lip-syncing to songs praising how wonderful she is. They assert that she prioritizes fashion and personal branding above basketball on social media. She seems to be trying to emulate the Kardashians by using a jump shot, but it doesn't seem necessary.
Coach, who's going to give you new looks, new game plans. You've got another year with Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull. And then you've got the moves that the Fever can make in the offseason, whether it be free agency or the draft, to bolster.
Let's now shift the focus and talk about Caitlin Clark, who is genuinely meeting expectations. She does engage in certain off-court activities like golf and humanitarian work, but guess where she spends the most of her time? People, it's amazing in court. What if I told you that even seasoned professional athletes would perspire during Clark's off-season routine as she perfected her pose? We are discussing rigorous training, workouts, and yes, the revolutionary concept of genuine basketball.
In that world. And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day,
Clark is perfecting her left-hand game, sharpening her mid-range floater, and improving her already remarkable shooting accuracy, while Ree is busy using Instagram posts to build a house of cards. She seems to be creating a basketball empire. But maybe Ree simply needs some advice from a legend in the WNBA. Hold on.
Vehicle to Angel Reese has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlin ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part.
The legendary WNBA player just stepped into the ring, and she's not holding back. To be honest, everyone pays attention when a Spurd speaks. This time, She offers some guidance that leaves everyone questioning if she is attempting to preserve Reese's career or foretell its demise. Do you know what's crazy? Subbird recently revealed a fact that could ruin Reese's entire career, while Angel Reese is preoccupied with trying to take over the internet.
You have to find that balance. But when you look at some of the other athletes, particularly men, who've set a little bit of a blueprint in terms of the business and the sport, you never see LeBron.
She might as well have been staring at Ree when bird-related athletes personalize their on-court performances. She even brought up LeBron James, emphasizing that despite his significant off-court responsibilities, King James never misses a practice. Bird's caution goes beyond simply skipping a few workouts. It's about the long game, the big picture, and the things that are truly important in a professional athlete's career. She is essentially saying, look at the ball, not the camera. She seems to be asking Ree, see the difference? While holding up a mirror, but there's more.
The videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here. And I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was.
As birds drop these wisdom-filled pearls, let's connect the dots. Ree, where are you? Oh no. You know, she's occupied with podcast interviews, red carpet appearances, and complaining about her salary. Instead of focusing on becoming a true WNBA player, it appears like she's trying out for true housewives of the WNBA. This is the problem. The bird is not merely exhaling smoke. She is a legend for a reason that is unrelated to her Instagram following. She has seen what occurs when players become distracted from the game. It's not pretty, so be warned. We are discussing shorter careers, decreasing capabilities, and a one-way ticket to consider when determining status.
A rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy.
Do you know what happens if you prioritize your media visibility over your layup? Your layup begins to resemble something from TikTok instead of the WNBA. Additionally, I can guarantee you that Ree has an extensive web blooper reel. Bird is cautioning about precisely that. Reese is still obsessed with basketball, isn't that right? Alright, so about that. When was the last time you saw a Bayou Barbie training montage that wasn't severely edited? To be clear, there is nothing wrong with developing your brand. Nevertheless, when it begins to eclipse your game, you should be concerned. But what is Caitlin Clark doing? In a short while, we will discuss that. As they say, you should pay attention when the huge dogs start barking. And they are currently barking up Angel Reese's tree. Boy. Subber is no longer the only one raising the alarm. There are plenty of detractors who aren't exactly praising Reese.
Round draft pick, had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie? Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just in the gym.
Ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about
Let's start with sports Dave Portnoy. On the bar stool is Big Cheese. He doesn't hold back. Additionally, Pui didn't hold back when it came to our favorite spotlight-chasing baller. He became enraged about what he called Reese's lack of class. However, what's truly bothering him?
You're the female Antoine Jameson. You know who Antoine Jameson is? He got 20,000 points with his shot. Whatever your shot is, like everybody's shot ain't gonna be Steph Curry.
This is the agreement. Because he is sick of seeing her face all over the court, Porn is not buying what Reese is selling. You know, the red carpet appearances, the endless social media posts, and the whole look at me routine. Supporters of Portnoy essentially want to watch ballers perform than influences. Hi there, Angel. Instead of focusing on your picture shoots, how about you focus on your jump shot? There's more, so hold on. Just when you thought Reese would have the opportunity to go for walks. Shaquille O'Neal is not your typical critic. He is skilled at finding a balance between off-court celebrity and on-court excellence, and he is the mentor of LSU great Ree. Consequently, people listen to Shaq when he speaks. Oh no.
Was literally the most inefficient player within 5 foot in all of the WNBA. Any which way you put it, she shot bad from the field. All right, she's 6'3" and she plays under the basket, and she shot 39.1%.
For those who are ignorant of NBA history, that is hardly a praise. Jameson never quite lived up to the superstar promise, despite his talent. In essence, Shaq is implying that Ree is a sizzling role player. With all of this pressure, you would assume that Ree, masquerading as a celebrity, would be heading to the gym to dispel the critics. But guess what? Ray seems to be focused only on her social media game. No one is fooled by those badly manipulated three-point shot vids. Angel.
Come out here and try to, play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats.
Nobody is disputing Ree's ability to have a life outside from basketball. However, you have a problem when your off-court antics start to overshadow your on-court ability. Reese's current issue. You know what true dedication looks like. Central. Caitlin Clark is going to show us all. While some players are preoccupied with gaining influence and making appearances on the red carpet, Clark is aiming for excellence. Additionally, I can guarantee that she takes her off-season regimen seriously.
Okay. This workout has gotten a lot of people excited for Caitlin Clark because she is directly working on her weaknesses, which I think is a good look. Honestly, I think that's a really, really good look for her because, again, when we're seeing somebody working on their weaknesses and not the.
You could be thinking, come on, is she really working so hard? It's actually worse than you might think. Things start to get extremely intriguing at this point. Clark is going to more than just the gym. She is using it to create her own basketball app. We're talking about shooting workouts that might exhaust a machine, strength conditioning that would help professional athletes succeed, and scrimmages that are more like championship games than practice sessions. In addition to putting in a lot of overtime, Clark is honing her surgical abilities and concentrating on certain parts of her game that will take her from exceptional to unstoppable.
Her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball. And it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league.
There is no doubting the severe ball pressure during the initial ball handling in small spaces, even though things improved following the Olympic break. By developing her control, she bases double and triple teams, which are almost a nightly routine for her. Although Caitlin Clark is already a ball magician, it's important to remember that she led the league in turnovers the previous season. This was mostly because her teammates were accustomed to her amazing next-level passes, some of which even they weren't prepared for. Under duress, Clark is taking on this problem head-on. The mid-range game is a significant advancement after that. Everyone knows about Clark's iconic logo threes and her dominance near the rim from the previous season, when she shot an amazing 62% of her shots within 5 feet of the hoop. However, opponents have exploited her one weakness, her mid-range shot, by pressuring her into those looks. Adding a reliable floater and pull-up jumper to her arsenal makes her even more lethal and challenging to stop now that she's countering. Finally, Clark is honing his contact-based finishing technique. Although she has never hesitated to go to the hoop, the WNBA's physicality is quite different. It's not only about skill beast. In order to prepare for the bumps, shvees, and hits that come with life in the paint, it's also about building her strength and simulating game day physicality. This is more than simply a fitness routine, which is alarming. Clark is preparing to endure the penalty and come out on top. Because Clark isn't maintaining her game, the repercussions are extremely dangerous for her opponents. Rather, she's elevating it and meticulously correcting her imperfections. Caitlin Clark is excellent against double teams because she has a solid mid-range game to go along with her deep threes and the capacity to withstand contact while finishing at the rim.
Starting from a very high place, but as Michael Jordan once famously said, right, the ceiling is the roof. And there really is no ceiling on Caitlin Clark's game because of her vision. I think that the thing that stands out the most to me is her court vision. And when you're able to shoot from deep the way she's able,
you're looking at an unstoppable force when you combine that with her endless range and accurate quarterback caliber deliveries. It's similar to providing Superman flight-enhancing immunity to kryptonite, super speed, unmatched strength, and thermal vision. Defenders better get ready for the nightmare next season. Caitlin Clark is going to give up.
Really nothing you can do as a defense but hope the ball doesn't go in the basket. That's the level of greatness that Caitlin Clark can get to, where the defense's only hope is...
You might be thinking, there must be a price for all this training. You would be very wrong to think that she has time for anything else. Clark works hard hours at the gym, but he still finds time for fan interaction and humanitarian endeavors. She does more than simply start Twitter feuds and publish thirst traps. She is actively changing the world. The amazing part is that she is accomplishing all of this without compromising her training. To put it another way, she's not merely honing her skills. She is developing her brand in the proper manner. She has discovered a way to prolong the day.
People that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is, or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real...
But wait, there's more. Because Clark isn't afraid to share her journey with her fans, they are adoring it. Her social media profiles are more than just a collection of glamorous photos. They provide the world a glimpse into her grind and demonstrate what it really takes to be exceptional. The content is more important than the flash.
You can get out and watch the W or watch the college game or whatever it is, the better it's going to be.
What does this all imply for the future of the WNBA? Let's just say that Clark is establishing a new benchmark and proving that you can grow your business while keeping basketball as your major priority. Becoming a great athlete and becoming a marketable star are not mutually exclusive. Instead, it's about being both while constantly prioritizing the game. People, let's be honest. Caitlin Clark is out there creating an empire, while Angel Reese is preoccupied with pursuing the limelight. Wild Reese's offseason has been filled with media appearances and red carpet events, while Clark is quietly striving to become the player we all know she can be.